welcome back to It's Only Paper. I'm in my weekly journal and today we're going to be talking about documenting the everyday. I have pulled out of the bin a receipt from a shop just last week actually. So I'm going to do, I thought it would be fun, I haven't done anything like this for a while, do a page in my weekly journal, just and every boring kind of everyday type of week in my life, including the weekly shop. I think things like prices of things are good to look back on, especially as they're so shocking lately. And I think that would be a good one. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and talking about other bits and pieces as well that you can document in your everyday life. I'm going to show you what I have pulled out. I've got one of my junk baskets here on my desk. I've already pulled out a few bits and pieces. I've got a really old planner set from Coco Daisy from January 2019. So I was actually thinking about using some of this and actually using that as a weekly page. Isn't that a good idea, to use an old planner page? I really love that idea. I've also got some of these just where I've messed around with paint. I kept this, I was making hearts and then I had the negative and I thought this would be really fun to use. I don't know how I'm using it. I did wonder about like that, not quite like that. And then I've just taken some bits and pieces out of my scraps. These are all from my own kits. That isn't. I thought that would be a good scrap. One sticker left over. A little bit of fabric to add some extra texture. I've got that tiny bit of lace as well. So yeah, that's what I'm going with today. And we will be talking about, what did I just say? Documenting the everyday. I think I'm going to stick that straight on there. Oh, I tell you what will look nice, because although I love the book page, that looks so cool on the other side, doesn't it? I really like that. So let's stick this on. So let's kick this off. Do you document the everyday stuff, or do you tend to stick to just the big stuff? Let me know what you tend to do. And if you do document the everyday stuff, how do you do it? And if you don't, why not? I'd love to know how you do your kind of documenting. I think the everyday stuff is sometimes more fun than the big stuff. That's the stuff I love reading back on. Just random stuff like a shopping list. I love going through an old journal and like finding an old cinema ticket, for example. I just find it so exciting. I'm going to use just my green staples. How lazy is this to make a pocket? But it really works. There. That's so cool, isn't it? My previous page I made was this one. I love that, looking through, and I decided not to journal on that because I liked it so much. I haven't decided how I'm going to use the receipt. Oh, we could even have it like that. I don't know. It needs a kind of pocket, doesn't it? I had this tag here. I don't know. Or anyway, I've got a Zoom starting soon, so I'm going to be jumping on that. Oh, I quite like that. Make today amazing. Actually, you know what would work well? Let's make another pocket. Perfect. And then we can slide that in there. I love that idea. I'm going to stick that down. Yeah, I'm about to start one of my crafty Zooms on Patreon. So I'm going to go and start that right now. I think this is going to work out really well. I feel like the receipt's a little bit on the bulky side. I'm even wondering, I don't know, I feel like it needs to be attached to something. So in this week's Zoom, we were talking about like journaling the everyday kind of thing. I'm using up some old bits. These are all from my junk basket. This was an old embellishment postcard from one of my kits, and I thought it went really, really well. Yeah, and we were just talking about journaling the everyday stuff with those that do sort of like journal regular. Some people prefer just to do like the events type thing, but I always find it really interesting speaking to people that do journal regular and just the boring everyday events. I think the boring stuff is equally as interesting as all the fun stuff. And certainly when you're looking back, that's the stuff that makes me happy. I love reading. Like recently, I looked back on one of my mini books and it was just a normal week in our life. Getting up with the kids, it was like meal times, it was their after school activities, a friend had visited, and it was just so nice. Looking back on that, it made me really happy, and I was so glad that I had taken the time to document that, even though at the time our normal mundane routine would have seemed really boring. I've made a little pocket here for the receipt. I thought that was really cute, just some scrap paper which I've stapled together to make a little pocket, and then that little piece of lace that I had left, or not lace, it's like a net curtain type thing, I've stapled that on the top. And here I'm just using up scraps. I had one sheet left with that one sticker on. I'm trying to use up bits and pieces of that kind of thing lately. Do you have the same? You've just got like loads and loads of bits and pieces and just oddments of stickers. They're the types of things I'm trying to use up. Love that scalloped bit of fabric on the side there. I can't remember what it was from, but I've had it kicking around for ages. So I'm using the branding strip here. They're always really fun. There was little teacups on the side. And with it being like a regular week, I've decorated it with like home little bits, the daily to-dos, the teacups, especially with us both working from home. Coffee plays a big part in our weekly routine. But it was also really fun just journaling about our routine as well, and just thinking about what do we actually do on a day-to-day basis that's always the same. So whilst I was sort of creating this page, I was thinking about things like that as well. Yeah, it's just interesting when you think about it. It's just to then write it down and actually write what you do and whose jobs people have in the house and that kind of thing. Using these chevrons here. I'll leave a link to Patreon down below, by the way. We do 2 of these Zooms a month and they're always really fun, and I tend to record them as well for those that can't make it if you do want to listen back, and you can listen back on it like a podcast as well. I was so pleased. Kat, I hope you don't mind me saying, but Kat was showing us her regular scrapbook, and then she takes so many photos, and she had been to Harry Potter World, and it's not called Harry Potter World, is it? I can't remember what it's called. The one in the UK. And I was like, you've got to make a journal just for your Harry Potter stuff. She had all this stuff that she had kept, paper bags, you name it, she had it. And actually, she's shown us in our Patreon chat group, she's made one. I am so happy. It's one of the best journals I've ever seen. She shared a flip through. It's just amazing. It really is using up all the bits and pieces. So there's definitely benefits of coming to our Patreon Zooms, that's for sure. They're very inspiring and very supportive all the time. So I'm just going to cut up a few bits and pieces. It's quite a colourful page, this one. You know I like colour, but it's a little bit of a mishmash. I wouldn't even say there's a colour combo, but I was really pleased with how it all came together. So here is my page so far, and I'm going to continue on with it this next day. Looking at it, you know how much I love coming back the following day and kind of like reassessing things and seeing what kind of would work. I've just laid this on here, and I'm thinking I like the little pops of red, and I think the red would work really well. So I am going to just add a few little bits here and there. And with it being, I don't really have much to journal this particular week, so I am just going to kind of like document more about the everyday. I found this going through my die cuts, Happy Habits. That would be quite a good one. My other thing was actually Joe in our Patreon group was asking about how we organize within the group our die cuts, and this just worked so well. Let me just show you. I wanted a few pops of red, so I went into my die cuts and I went straight for my red pile there, all the bits with red. It was so easy to find and pull out So yeah, I tend to do mine by colour. I've also got then like words, sayings, that kind of thing. I've got floral, and then separately I have like Disney travel or that kind of thing. But for general die cuts, I do really like to organise them in colour. A lot of it though works on how your brain works, doesn't it? Everyone's brain works differently, so it's finding what works best for you. The same with any kind of like organising. We all kind of like, we're wired in different ways. So yeah, for me, because I'm a very visual person, the colour really works well for me. I want to make sure I've got plenty of space for journaling. I've got this, I took off the top of the envelope for this page here, and I'm going to use the rest of the envelope, and I could do it as a little pulley out bit there. So I was thinking somewhere around here. I don't know, maybe that's too much red now. Yeah, I think I might just pop that there. But what I'm going to do is just stick the front of the envelope down. I may well move that. I'm wondering if that is just going to be a bit too much red. There, and that can pull it out. I also, you know how much I love a little bit of scrap paper. I found this as well. I might staple that down there. Or I've also got this here. I found this today. That might actually do that as a pulley out. I quite like that. What's the official term for a pulley out? Let me know. I just always call it a pulley out. Oh, that could go quite well. Let's do that. Did I top up my staples last night after my Zoom? I think I did. Oh, that's not going to work. I need my larger staple. Oh, that didn't work very well. Let's try that again. There. So we can pop that in there. Anywhere so I can just add a bit more journaling. I love this, blah, blah, blah. I'm suddenly feeling we have got quite a bit of red. I may well take some of this off. Maybe I've just gone a little bit OTT now. Maybe that's all I needed. I do really like this though. I think I might add it on the side here. What is it about a tiny scrap of paper that makes me so happy? There we go. And I think that might be done. I'm going to go away and do some journaling. I don't think I want that. Oh, but I do want that. I sometimes find as well when I go away and do my journaling, that also then kind of like brings on ideas. I do still feel like I want something on there, but I don't know what. I'll have a think about that. Got that? No. Right. It's journal time. Journaling's done. I'll go through that in a moment. I just want to add a few more bits and pieces. Again, going through, I've got like a little saucer on my desk. I found this little flower, so I thought I would, well, actually no, I'm going to add that here. I've journaled on here. I just want to add a heart. I wonder if this is one of my sheets of stickers. Oh, actually that would go quite nicely. I've got glue all over that. Yep, that colour goes perfect. I also thought the red heart would go well on there. And I've got blue ones as well. Let's have some blue hearts. Pop that up there. I think that looks quite nice. I wanted to do something else as well. I want to add, do I need something on here? I kind of feel like I should have something just to show that that pulls out. Oh, I tell you what I could do. I've got this washi tape bowl staring in front of me, and actually the colours go really well. Oh, that goes quite well. Oh, you know what I have got? I've got this washi tape here. I bought this. Where did I buy this from? I think this was from Tiger, and I've never used it. Let's take this out. This will actually go really well. Right, this says notes. I'm going to pop this down like that. Just try and get that on straight. What else have we got on here? Idea, important. I like the important one as well. You can't beat a bit of washi, can you? How about we have important notes? Yeah, and then I've got work, which is what this one was all about. I quite like that. And we've got more notes. There. I think I might just leave it like that. Yeah, I'm going to leave it. Oh, I think that's too much blue now. There, that's how I'm going to finish it. So I've just documented about a regular week in our life, our routine, what we usually do. I've also then got a regular shopping receipt here from Lidl, and I've just put about prices. I can't believe how much they're going up, and I've just compared some prices to what they were, and I've just put here our week looks like this. And then I've also spoke about so for example, like with our routine, I've just put like what time we get up in the morning. We just have the same routine. I get up really early, 8 stays in bed, I work, he then makes me coffee about 8 o'clock while I jump in the shower. I catch up with my girlfriends on WhatsApp whilst I do my hair and makeup. I like to get my chores done then, and then it's the rest of the day at my desk. I've also put that we like to finish and have dinner together. I've put what we watch on TV in the evening. We like Naked and Afraid. We watch it in bed. We both find it really relaxing. We switch off. I forget about everything else when I watch that show. And that to me is like proper escapism. In some ways, conversation's nice, but at the moment, we've got so much heavy stuff going on in our lives. I don't want to think about anything. And especially just before bed. So Naked and Afraid switches us off. I love anything with survival. And then I've also just got this little bit here, which talks about, we like our little routine. It works well for us. We work hard and play hard too, because we're always working towards a trip. So I still feel like maybe I do need something on there. Let's just do that. How about we use this washi tape? This colour will possibly go well. Or stars, no. Let's see if I can find the end of this. And we're going to make a little washi tab. I am just going to take this off. And we are going to staple that on. This then slides in, and we've got the little tab there. There, I'm really pleased with that. I think it's really cute. I love this little pocket. I think that looks really cool. And yeah, it's just a basic almost week in our lives. And it's quite good to document the everyday stuff sometimes. Let me know if you do too. I really hope you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care. Bye.